Hello, welcome back to 90s Rusty Retros. And today we're going to start pulling this engine apart and finding out what's good and what's bad. So let's get started, shall we? Right, so list of things I need to check today. Well, number one, the unit is lovely and clean from yesterday, as you'd all have seen. Can move around, lovely. No trip hazards, nothing like that. Fan-dabby-da, lovely. Number two, this car is still outperforming itself remarkably well. No issues so far. Number three, we just start checking off things on this engine. So, I need to start doing, or pulling, I should say, not doing, but pulling the plugs out, checking the plugs condition. I need to check the oil on the dipsticks condition, if there is any in it. I need to check the leads. I need to check the timing belt and probably the thermostat, see how old that is. Just so I can get a list of bits I need to replace, really. Because the issue I've got is I don't know what's actually been replaced. Now the plugs look shiny, but they always do on the outside. So the story is what's on the inside. We'll probably replace a few sensors and like cables and things like that, vacuum lines. Anything of that sort will be replaced. But it's all here. So hopefully it's not going to be too much of a problem. I hope. This gearbox, I want to do a full seal rebuild and clean it all up nicely and stuff like that. So that is all getting a refresh. But that another time. We need to move that really. I might try and get that in the engine bay. I want to try and move this car back a bit really, so I can get another car half in here. Because in the event this does go wrong, I don't want to be working out there in winter. I'd like to be inside partly with my heater that I've got on the way. So I'd like to get this pushed back a bit so I can move things around. Anyway, let's make some starts on this engine, shall we? As I promised yesterday. So the good news is, looking at that, the belt actually looks okay. Now that isn't to say the belt's been replaced. However, I'm just saying it looks okay. We will just replace that belt anyway. That's a timing belt. If you don't know what that does, it basically keeps the valves and the pistons from hitting each other and smashing the engine to pieces. So if that was to snap, it would destroy the engine. Now, I'm not sure it would on this because this is a 8-valve engine, not a 16-valve. So I think it's non-interference. I'm pretty sure. Don't rule that on. Don't believe me because I'm not too sure, but I'm pretty sure that's what that means. On the 8 valves, the non-interference, and the 16s are interference. So you can drive until that snaps on a non-interference and it won't cause an issue. On an interference engine, you're guaranteed carnage and destroying your engine, basically writing the car off. So I would highly recommend replacing that. We are going to anyway. Bear with me, my knees are aging. If you want to know how you get that cover off, by the way, on this engine, just to check your belt, it's 3 bolts, 3 10mm bolts, and that'll come off. Right, now, the plugs, let me just turn the flash off. The plugs, now, all 4 of them are actually the same. So, if I'll show you, they're a little wet, but they've been in that edges since I got it. They've not dried out or anything, but they don't smell of oil, they smell of petrol, which is pretty standard. They're actually okay. All 4 of them look like that. So they're actually alright. There's no damage to them. I think they're relatively new, to be honest. They've been standing a while. So the plugs are okay. We will replace them anyway. I'll replace the belt, I'll replace the plugs, I'll replace the oil, the filters, everything. Everything will get replaced, just for peace of mind, because you may as well do it while the engine's out. Makes more logical sense in my mind, rather than fit it into the engine bay and then realise you've got to pull it all back out or pull the engine apart to put a belt on. It's just a pain in the ass. You may as well just do it while it's out of the car, then it's done. Do all the seals on the engine, anything that needs replacing sensor wise, just do it, it's done, problem solved. Same for in here. If I pan round, I want to tidy this up, make it all nice and tidy, paint it up a bit. As you'll know in previous videos, we've painted these bottom corners where the rust was, we've hammerized it back to metal and repainted bits. But I want to sort and clean it all, make it all tidy. Refresh the throttle cable, new clutch cable, that sort of thing. Just tidy everything up, make it all fresh and new. We want to keep these. It's a famous look, so we'll keep these because I paid all the money to have them wired in, so keep them. Got a long way. I say a long way. It's not a long way. It's just a way. Yeah, I might try and put some of this back in because we don't need to pull it out. So, yeah. All right. Well, I'll leave you to that a minute while I figure out what I'm doing next. I've got some more stuff to sort out. I want to try and move this gearbox under the car or something, just so it's out the way of the floor. Because I want to. Oh, actually, no, because I want to roll the car back. Yeah, that's something else I want to do. I want to roll the red car back a bit so I can fit that one halfway in if something breaks this year or into next year. Because this ain't going to be out very soon, as we know. We are not far off, though, really. It's just ordering parts, really. That's all it is. It's just ordering parts to get in time to do everything. There isn't actually that much left to do. Don't also do the interior. You'll have to let me know. Do I go GSI seats, VXR seats, Calibra seats? What do I go with? I don't want the polka dot seats as much as they're cool and funky. They're not supportive. So, so a bit comfier would be nice. Anyway, I'll leave you to it. I'm going to crack on, and then we'll see how we get on in a short while. Okay? Oh, dear. Right. We're going to throw this timing cover back on so we don't get any more shit in the engine bay because this place, as you know, is quite dusty very quickly. So we'll just try and put this back on. I do apologise if I hit the microphone. I do not intend to do it on purpose. Right, that's now back on. There's a big one. There's one that's slightly bigger, so either someone's lost a bolt in the past, or it's just bigger. Just GM way, I guess. Right, the longer one was in the centre. I remember that because it was a longer bolt. So I keep track of your bolts. And then we'll throw the plugs back in to stop any dirt going in the plug holes as well. And yeah, that should do it then, at least. Right. Because then we know it'll all be secured up so dust and stuff doesn't end up floating in, because you don't want dust in an engine. He says that as it's full of holes anyway into the cooling system, but we can flush that, so I'm not too bothered. It's mainly getting into the actual engine itself I'm worried about, which I don't want. So that does cause for concern. Also, if I'm very like my voice is different and I seem to be struggling to breathe, I've got a very severely blocked nose, and it doesn't want to go away. Basically, what I'm saying is I've got a cold, and I can't get rid of it, and it's really frustrating. Really frustrating. Right. So, I'm going to just move you that way slightly. Let me just check you can see what I'm doing there from that angle. Not really. Let's maybe bring it a bit closer, shall we? There you go. Is that a bit better? Should be able to see what I'm doing a bit better now. Right. Plugs back in. So, rule when putting spark plugs back in usually is hand tighten them first. Only because you know you can't cross thread them then. So if you put them in hand tight, oh fuck! I didn't mean. Oh, fucking hell. So you'll know when they're not going in because they'll stop. See, I know that's going in because it's threading. There we are. Now, I'm saying this as if I'm an amateur or you're an amateur, but if you are an amateur and you've never done spark plugs on an engine before, this could be a very useful guide. Just gently thread them in, and if they start going tight, stop what you're doing. Do not keep going, as that is a recipe for disaster. I have known people to do it. Pain in the ass. It really is. When you're tightening them, go hand tight or as far tight as you can with your hand until you're safe. You've not cross-threaded it. And you tighten them up, hand ratchet tight, and then you just give them a little nip. That's it, just a nip. You don't need to go much tighter than that. Okay? So, that's 2 in. Go for the third here. There we are, straight in like that. Lovely. They normally do go straight in, to be fair. I do love an old Vauxhall motor, old Vauxhall engines, because they all look the same. The 1.2, 8 valves, the 1.6, 8 valve, 1.8, 8 valve, 2 litre, 8 valves. They all look the same, but they're all different in so many ways. It's, yeah, weird. I don't know. Ah, oh, didn't get that one in straight away. Lol. There we go. There we go. It's going now. I've inspected the coils, by the way, both ends, and they all look great. Other than one that has a bit of oil in it, but I don't know if that's like because there shouldn't be oil in the coil pack, so it's probably oil from somewhere else. I'm going to assume. It's my bet here. I'm just going to thread these back in, and then it means no dirt can get in. There we go. It's just for peace of mind. Don't want any dirt getting in the cylinders either. That'd be a bad time for them. Cause scoring and all sorts. So we'll just put these back. We know they're all okay, but we'll replace them anyway. Just so we know it runs good. Or give it the best chance. Right, they're back in. So another thing I noticed while I was here is the O2 sensor. Oh, shit, I can't get to the angle. Right, here, there's an O2 sensor somewhere. There. I've got the engine, the guy cut it. Where is it? Like that. What a knob. That's gonna be a bastard. I could probably just get a new one, but still. What's the point of doing that? That's no use to anybody. Yeah. Don't know if to just take that out and get a new one. I wonder if that'll come off. Hold on, let me check. Might have to get a spanner. What size do we reckon that is, guys? Seatbelt's in your vision. I know, it's fucking annoying me. Right, it's not 17, which is the biggest I've got here. Right. Bear with. Let me go get a spanner set. Bear with me. Let me go behind you. Sorry, you can hear me like inhaling. Right, bear with. Right, I'm back. I've got my spanner set. So it wasn't a 17. So let's go for a bold number 20. Nope. O2 sensors are normally quite a big size. 23? Oh. It might be a 23. Fucking hell. Amazing. Right. Bear with. Let me just move you out of the way. Let me just loosen it, and then I'll go back to you because this is tight, and I can't do it with the camera in the way. So, with a bit of persuasion, with a 22mm spanner and a ratchet to smash it down with because it was seized, we've got it to move. Because I need to get a new one. We can't use this anyway, so we'll just get a new one. So we'll take this off. It is moving. Constantly. There we go. Right, bear with. Oh dear. Right, bear with me. Right, bear with because I can't get the spanner in. Right, O2 sensor. I don't know why I said cat. O2 sensor is out. Ooh. Looks used is what I would say about that. So we'll get a new one of them. Not a problemo. But that's what a 90s O2 sensor looks like, if you want to know. They look very different nowadays. But yeah, it looks a bit like dented in places. Like, I don't know. Weird. Oh well, right. I'll get another one of them because the washer is also buggered. You can see it's like gouged and things and stuff like that. So we'll get a new one of them. Plus, he's cut it like that. So, you know, useless. But we'll keep that there and then we know it's here. And I will get a new one ordered. Not a problemo. Right. On to the next bit. Right. There's one more thing I want to check. And it's the clutch. Because I've got a clutch off my old gearbox. Which is on your left. You can't see it. Which was replaced a year ago. Which is still like new basically. I just want to check the clutch in the engine. Because the guy brought the engine off said it had been serviced and the clutch had been replaced. Now, if to believe or what not to believe is another thing. So we're going to take the pressure plate off, just have a quick glance, find out. If not, it's not, but we'll see. Right, so let me get my chair. And I don't mean my office chair, I mean my stool for this one. Right, I'll just put this here. Bring my tools closer. I don't remember what size these were. Yeah, bang on. Getting better at this every day. So I just want to check the clutch because that's something I need to replace. We need to find that out rather now than later. So, oh shit! Why is that on Titan for? Oh, I thought it's gonna be a pain because this is fucking. There you go. Right. It's harder to do because the engine is obviously not on anything stable, it's just on a tyre. So obviously I'm having to fight a few more forces than normal, but need to check. Because the guy said he changed it. If he has or hasn't, however, like I said, it cause problems for me. Now I've got to be careful I don't knock this engine over. Because it is teetering. Let me just make sure that's not going to fall. Is that? Oh, God. Because she is a rather heavy lump. Oh, fucking hell. Yeah, right. There you go. Right, can't fall over there. That's better. I don't want it falling over. That'll be the last thing I want. Right, so done these and these. I think I did that one, didn't I? Yeah, so we've got two more. Now, I've never done a pressure plate. Oh no, yes I have on the Corsa. I did the off its box and then off its engine. Sorry, so that's a complete blatant lie. I do apologise. Right. Now this does mean I'll have to realign everything, but gives me a glance at what I'm brought myself into, because I paid a lot of money for this. So if this is fucked, like the engine anyway, I won't be best impressed. So I just need to loosen them all evenly so they don't all just shoot off. And that one's undone. That one's undone. I can see the clutch, which is what we wanted. So let's just have a look in here. Just undo these by hand because they're that loose. I can do it by hand now, you see. Okay. And again, I'm in my smartest clothing for whatever stupid reason I chose to do that. These need to be washed. That one's still tight. That one isn't. Clutch dust on my hands. That one's loose. That one is sort of loose. It's a bit tighter than I thought, but you buy a used engine, especially from quite an unknown life, you've got to be quite thorough to see what the kind of life the engine's had, because this was in a Nova. He said it was spinning gears in third and fourth. So in a Corsa B, he said it should do the exact same, which is my concern. Right. Right. Let's have a look. Right. So the pressure plate's got quite a few heat marks on it, I'll be honest. Not what I was hoping for. A bit of a problem. Right, the clutch itself, however, I don't want to touch the actual clutch with my hands. Oh, yeah. That actually does look brand new, to be fair. There's a spider on this clutch. She looks alright. Okay, that's fine. The problem is trying to centre that now, which is maybe difficult, but doesn't need to be centre for our purpose, because we're not actually thinking it. I will probably just change it to a brand new one and then keep two as spares anyway, so, you know, not the end of the world for me. No. What I'm going to do, take up, oh, fucking hell. I want to take them all off, but never mind, here we are. Right, so, put one in. There you go, that'll hold it. This doesn't have to go back on perfect, because it was just to visually inspect everything, so it doesn't have to be perfectly put back on, because it'll be coming off again anyway, so it doesn't really matter at this point. It was just to make sure I know A, it actually has a clutch, because it can happen where the clutches aren't actually in them. Believe it or not, I've heard the stories. Not in this engine, I mean in general. I've heard stories, so, you know. Anyway, how's everyone's evening been? We all managing? We all coping with the fact that Club and Penguin bars are now half their chocolate cocoa percentage? Because I'm not. I'm not happy about that at all. In fact, I'm outraged. Absolutely bullshittery is what I think. Cocoa's too expensive, right? So they've not put as much in them no more. Right. Okay, that's logical. I understand that. And you can't keep up in the price of chocolate because it's already astronomical. Fucking hell, if you remember those, was it Little Shop or Happy Shopper chocolate bars you get for your little corner shop? They're like 50p. And you could get a Powerade for also 50p. That was the days, man. You kids won't know what that is now, grown up, sadly. I remember it. I used to get them before school. Or there was at the bus stop before school, there was like a cafe. Sarah's Cafe in Junction. 50p for a small sausage roll or £1 for a large. Oh my God. They were just the thing you needed before school. And then if you got a 50p one, you go to the shop and get like a 50p drink and that. Oh, fucking hell. It's just best thing ever, honestly. Those are the days, you know? Shit, I miss going to school. I'll be honest. I didn't pay much attention in school, which is kind of probably how I ended up half how I am now, if I'm honest. But I am the cool kid now. I have an RX-8, I have an Audi AT, and I have a car that's an absolute project in here, which will be great when it's finished. And a shed you drive with daily, obviously. Nearly done. Just want to make sure these are nipped up. Oh, God. Yeah, I don't know. Right, I'll get back to you once I've finished with this. I don't know where... Oh, there it is. When I get back to doing this. So I'll see you in a minute. Right. That's the clutch plate now put back on. We know it's got clutch. Clutch dust. Beautiful. Excuse me. I'm still not well. I am recovering still, or dealing with this cold I have caught from someone, whoever that was, you bastard. Fucking people can't keep their germs to themselves. Anyway, that's about me done. I'm going to head home before I lose all my light altogether, because it's winter now, and it's 6:10, so it's probably about time for dinner. So I'm going to start heading home and get some nice dinner, have probably a wash, because I've got work tomorrow and Friday, and then I'm off on the weekend to do more videos, so you'll have 2 more. So this week you have actually been spoiled. So, you know, I have had my hiatus, but I'm back. I just had to sort a lot of shit out, that's all. Yeah. Don't know where we're going next with this, if I'm really honest. I've still got to sand a load of shit down. So we'll probably do some sanding this weekend, just have a nice, relaxed, gentle approach. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next Saturday and Sunday. Yeah, Saturday and Sunday. I will see you next. So I will catch you then. Goodbye.